In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this basic tank top. This is a great project for beginners, and if you're an advanced crocheter, I have an abbreviated tutorial on my TikTok with less detail. You can use any yarn for this project. For the one I'm showing, I'm using Karen Simply Soft in Country Blue. And I'm using a size 4.5mm hook, but you can use any size hook. We're going to start by making the ribbing that'll go along the bottom of your tank top. First, make a slip knot and then chain however many stitches you want your ribbing to be. That's going to determine how thick it is. I wanted my ribbing to be 10 stitches wide, which means I'm going to chain 11 stitches and then put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook and keep working single crochets all the way down the chain. Once you reach your last single crochet, chain one and turn. And now we're going to work single crochets into the back loop only. So every stitch looks like a V, so you're going to place your hook just into the back part of the V and work a single crochet. And a single crochet is just insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. And when you get to that row, again, chain one and turn, and repeat that. And keep repeating rows of back loop single crochet until you have ribbing that completely fits all the way around your waist. Now, I like my tank top to be fairly tight, so I made sure that the ribbing, when stretched, fits around my waist. After your last row, chain one, and then we're going to connect the first row with the last row. So insert your hook into the first stitch and then into the first chain from the first row and keep working all the way around. This time I'm inserting my hook into the full stitch, not just the back loop. And after you have this, feel free to put this over your head and try it on just to make sure it fits over your shoulders and sits nicely around your waist. After that last stitch, go ahead and chain one. And now we are going to work one single crochet into the end of each row of the ribbing. So just like I'm doing here, there aren't clear stitches, so just best you can work one single crochet for each row. I did 96 rows of ribbing and I'm about a size medium, which means I'm going to have 96 single crochet. Once you get back to the first single crochet, slip stitch to join, chain one and turn. And then keep working rows of single crochet just like this. Make sure that your first single crochet is actually in the first stitch and not in the slip stitch that you just did. Keep working one single crochet into each stitch, and again when you get back to the beginning, slip stitch to join, chain one and turn, and keep repeating that row until you have the correct height. Now to tell once you've reached the correct height, you can try it on and it should reach from wherever you want it to hit at the bottom. So maybe you want it more cropped, maybe you want it longer. And at the top, it should completely cover your full chest and end just under your arms. You'll end up with something like this. Right now it's kind of just like a tube top. And don't finish off yet. We are now going to work single crochets still. So start the row just like you would normally. But we're only gonna work halfway through. So for me, I had 96 stitches, which means I'm gonna work only into the first 48 stitches, which is half of 96. So again, start the next row like you normally would, but only work into half of the stitches. So I'm just doing the first 48 single crochet. Once I reach my 48th stitch, or whatever the last stitch is for you, chain one and turn, and then you're going to work a decrease into the first two stitches. So one way to do a decrease that makes it more invisible is to work under the front loop of the first stitch and then into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over and pull through those two loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last two loops on your hook. Then keep working single crochet all the way down, and in your last two stitches you're going to work another decrease. So by last two stitches, I mean the stitches where you started that first row of 48 stitches, or however many stitches that is for you. So again, I'm working a decrease, and then I'm going to chain one and turn, and you're gonna keep repeating that row. So keep working a decrease into the first two stitches, single crochet all the way down the row, and then work a decrease into the last 2 stitches. So you'll keep repeating that until you have however high up you want the front of your tank top to go. So again, feel free to try it on to see what that looks like. And then once you're done with that last row, I did 12 rows, just go ahead and finish off. Now we're gonna do that exact same thing on the other side. So you'll insert your hook and then work rows the exact same way. Start by finding the area where you left off when you made the first row of the first side. So I'm gonna insert my hook into that next stitch. Go ahead and pull your yarn through, and then just chain 1 and work a single crochet into that same stitch, and keep working single crochet until you reach the other side, and you should have the same number of single crochet that you did on the first side. So again, I'll have 48 single crochet. Once you get there, chain 1 and turn, and we're just working these rows the exact same way. So you'll put a decrease in the first 2 stitches, work single crochet all the way down, and then a decrease in the last 2 stitches, and just make the same number of rows that you did for the first side. And then next, I'm going to show you how to make the straps. So once you finish that last row on your second side, don't fasten off yet. We're going to just jump right into making the straps. So I recommend trying it on first and measuring from the back to the front how long the strap needs to be, and then just make a chain that when stretched reaches that length. I ended up doing 30 chains. You'll see I start with less chains, but I had to go back and change it because it wasn't long enough. So I did 30 chains. So once you reach that last chain, then attach it by putting a single crochet into the other side of the top part of your tank top, chain 1, and then we're gonna work back down that chain, putting 1 single crochet into each chain. Then once you reach the end of the chain, so I'm just finishing up my last stitch here, you're gonna work into the sides of your tank top. So you're gonna work, again, 1 single crochet into each row, going down and then back up. So it's kind of like you're now making a new circle, and this is gonna form your strap. So I'm inserting my hook into the end of that row there, and then just try to space out these single crochet best you can. It's okay if it's not perfect. So once you work single crochet all the way around, you'll kind of be able to see it's starting to form that strap shape. And so I'm just finishing up my last stitch here, and then I'm just gonna put a slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet in that first chain. And then I'll again chain 1 and turn, and then work another row of single crochet, just like we worked the rows of single crochet for the main body portion. So you can make as many rounds as you want for the straps. I ended up doing 3 rounds. So after this next round, I'm gonna slip stitch to join and then do 1 more row. So this is me finishing off my very last round, and then I just slip stitched again to join, and now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off. So I have 3 rounds for my straps, which I felt like was a pretty good thickness, but you can make that as thin or as thick as you want. Now I'm gonna go directly into the other side. So I'm going to insert my hook onto that top corner and pull the yarn through, and then make the same number of chains that I did for the other strap, and basically just do this strap in the exact same way. So again, once you finish that last chain, go ahead and find the other side of your tank top and work a single crochet into that stitch on the very end, chain 1, and then work back down that chain doing single crochet, and then work all the way the rest of the way around the armhole, and slip stitch to join, chain 1, turn, and make 2 more rows. And this is what the finished product looks like. I just need to weave in my ends, and this is what the straps look like. And that is it. I really hope you enjoyed. Again, there's an abbreviated version on TikTok if you don't need as much detail. But let me know if you have any questions, and happy crocheting.